Hello, this is Carlos and Liana's article Adaptation. For those who are interested in writing codes for C++ but aren't efficient, today is your opportunity to get a full breakdown for parts of a C++ code. We will give a visual of a specific code and explain each part so it will be clear and understandable. First thing I want to do is define a computer program, which is a set of instructions that tells the computer how to solve a problem or perform a task. Each different type of CPU has its own machine language. If you write a machine language program for computer A and then wanted to convert or run it on computer B, which has a different type of CPU, you would have to rewrite the program in computer B machine language. Programming language, which uses words instead of numbers, were invented to ease tasks of programming. A program can be written in a programming language, such as C++, which is much easier to understand machine language. Programmers save their programs in text files and then use specific and special software to convert their programs to machine language. Here is the code that we will be using today. We're going to break down each section one by one. First line. The first line of a program reads pound include IOStream. Because this line starts with a pound sign, it is called a preprocessor directive. The preprocessor reads your program before it is compiled. Compiled means to convert human language into a language the computer can understand. The pound include directive causes the preprocessor, which is the pound symbol, to include the contents of another file in the program. The word inside the brackets, which is IOStream, is the name of the file that is to be included. The IOStream file contains code that allows a C++ program to display output on the screen and read input from the keyboard. The next line is using namespace std. This statement declares that the program will be accessing entities whose names are part of the namespace that is called std. The program needs access to the std namespace file in order for a program to use the entities in IOStream. It must have access. The next line, int main open and close bracket. This marks the beginning of a function. A function is a group of one or more program statements, which will be given in the next few lines. The left brace or opening brace is an associative with the beginning of the function known as main. All statements will be enclosed in a set of braces so the compiler will know to execute those statements. The declaration is part of the code where variables are declared. First, you must state what type of numbers will be used. This is displayed by using data types such as int, decimal, double, etc. For this program, we are using int specifically to work with whole numbers. After declaring your data type, you must declare your variables, same as you would do in a mathematical formula when you set xyz equal to a number. So our variables instead of xyz are miles, gallons, and miles per gallon, also known as mpg. You must end every complete statement with a semicolon because it acts as a period in a computer language telling you that line has ended.
Input statements are the part of the code where the data is inserted and the compiler will know how to execute it. The next line indicates the cout statement. Cout is that standard output that will visually be seen on your computer screen. The two less than symbols are facing the left to signify output. Inside the quotation marks encloses a string of characters that will be printed on the screen. The next line indicates the cin statement. Cin is the opposite of cout. It states input. This is what you will be physically inserting on the command prompt screen. The operations part of the code, which is the next line, indicates the actual formula that the numbers you will insert will be executed in. For example, after setting your xyz variables to a number, you take those numbers and insert them into the formula. The final output statement is your final result after the code is ran. The last bracket, which is the close bracket, indicates the ending of the program.
We have now completed giving you an in-depth description of a C++ code. Now we're just going to run the code so you can get a visual of what your code is actually going to look like. After we ran it, this is what the cout statement shows, the actual output. Again, we're just going to type in some random numbers and see what your result is.
I hope this informative video gave you a better understanding of C++ coding. If you found this interesting, make sure to pick up the Intro to Computer Science course next fall. Thank you for your time.